Is this a luxury SUV, or is it a rolling fortress built to stare down the horizon and keep going long after the road gives up? The 2027 Hummer H2 arrives like military hardware dressed by a high-end design studio, and that contrast is exactly what makes it impossible to ignore. It has the posture of a brute, the glow of a concept car, and the strange confidence of something that does not care whether the world is ready for it. This is not just about a badge coming back. This is about a machine trying to redefine what presence feels like. And that matters, because the H2 name has always lived in extremes. People did not simply drive it, they reacted to it. Some loved the excess, some questioned the attitude, but nobody forgot it. Now, in an era of silent power, digital luxury, and image-driven design, bringing back Hummer H2 means more than reviving an icon. It means translating a legend into a new language without losing the old muscle. For Jack Auto Expert, this is where the story gets interesting, because if this SUV gets the balance right, it will not just return, it will reset the conversation. The first thing you notice is the face. Wide, tall, deliberate. The front end looks less like it was styled and more like it was engineered to occupy space with authority. A sharp LED signature stretches across the nose, linking the lighting into illuminated Hummer lettering that feels like jewelry for a machine this heavy. Down below, the bumper carries real visual weight with deep-cut surfaces, metallic protection elements, and openings that suggest airflow, cooling, and capability all at once. Even standing still, it looks like it is pushing into the wind. Then the camera starts to move. Across the hood, you see those broad, squared contours, almost architectural in the way they catch light. Along the sides, the body remains unapologetically upright, with thick shoulders, protective cladding, and wheel arches carved to frame massive tires like they belong to an expedition vehicle. The glass house is clean and confident, giving the upper half a modern luxury feel, while the lower body stays planted and hard-edged. In dark paint, it reflects a city skyline like polished stone. In brighter tones, it looks like a desert tool that wandered into a private airport and somehow belonged there too. At the rear, the design keeps its nerve. The tail lamps draw a crisp horizontal line, widening the whole stance at night, while the tailgate stays clean and bold instead of over-designed. There is restraint here, but not softness. That is the trick. Every surface feels intentional. Every detail seems to say the same thing. I am here, move accordingly. Then comes the shift, and it is a hard one. Open the door, step up into the cabin, and the H2 stops being a machine of intimidation and starts feeling like a private lounge built inside an armored observation deck. The outside is all force. The inside is control. What makes the cabin work is not just technology, it is density. Thick materials, solid switchgear, real contrast between soft touch surfaces, cold metallic trim, textured speaker grills, and stitched seating that looks ready for both mountain dust and downtown valet lights. The dashboard feels wide and layered, as if it was designed to wrap around the driver without ever becoming cluttered. Ambient lighting flows through the cabin in thin, tasteful lines, turning the space from rugged during the day to quietly dramatic at night. The screens matter, of course, but only because they seem to serve the experience instead of dominating it. Information is presented clearly. Off-road data, navigation, camera views, energy flow, terrain settings, all of it feels purposeful. You are not staring at technology for the sake of technology. You are using it to place this huge vehicle exactly where you want it, whether that is a narrow parking structure or a rocky trail at sunset. The steering wheel is thick, substantial, and reassuring in your hands. The seating position is commanding without feeling truck-like. Visibility is broad. You do not sit in this SUV so much as take command of it. And that command should mean something once the road opens up. We are still waiting on full official specifications, but the expectation around a modern Hummer H2 is clear. It needs instant response, effortless thrust, and the kind of low-end shove that makes a vehicle this size feel alive the moment you touch the accelerator. Whether GMC leans fully electric or chooses a performance-focused electrified setup, the character has to stay true to the name, not frantic, not delicate, relentless. Imagine that first surge. No drama from revs, No waiting for momentum to build, just a deep, smooth wall of torque that picks up this massive body and sends it forward with shocking ease. That is the sensation a new H2 has to deliver. In the city, it should feel calm and expensive, gliding over broken pavement with the confidence of something overbuilt in the best possible way. Off the pavement, the personality needs to change. Adaptive suspension, serious four-wheel drive logic, locking capability, dedicated terrain modes, and clever camera systems would allow it to place its size with precision instead of brute guesswork. That is what modern strength looks like. Not noise, control. Of course, the real world is where every fantasy gets tested. A vehicle like this will not be cheap, and it should not be. If a 2027 Hummer H2 reaches production in this form, expect it to land deep in premium territory, likely somewhere between well-equipped luxury SUVs and high-performance off-road flagships. That puts it in the conversation with machines like the Range Rover, Mercedes-Benz G-Class, Lexus GX, Cadillac Escalade IQ, and even the GMC Hummer EV SUV itself. And yes, that creates a tough question. Why choose this over those alternatives? The answer is character. None of those vehicles carries this exact mix of theatrical design, heritage attitude, and unapologetic visual force. But there are trade-offs. Size will be a challenge in tight cities. Efficiency may not impress. Weight could dull agility if the chassis tuning is not exceptional, and if the interior leans too far into screens without keeping the tactile toughness people expect, some of the magic could disappear. That honesty matters, because authority only works when it is earned. Still, if Hummer gets this right, the H2 will not be for people who want to blend in. It will be for those who want every arrival to feel like an event. It will be for drivers who want luxury without fragility, technology without gimmicks, and power that feels calm until the terrain turns hostile. And maybe that is the biggest appeal of all. It does not apologize for being large, dramatic, and a little outrageous. In a market full of polished sameness, the H2 promises emotion first and explanation second today. So here is the real question. If the 2027 Hummer H2 showed up in your driveway tomorrow, would you point it toward the skyline or toward the wild? Subscribe to Jack Auto Expert for more cinematic car stories that go beyond the spec sheet.